people in the performance management capacity space to really exchange ideas and really help to progress this in our own organisation, especially up the management tree. Thanks to my son Christopher for taking videos and photos tonight. So they'll be uploaded to the Meetup site, so our colleagues around Australia can download that in their own time. I'll give you a bit more of an intro in a few minutes, but just for the next couple of minutes, I'd like to invite Trevor to say a few words.
Thanks, Theo. Thank you. Can I just ask a question, and just so that I can understand? I probably do, just go around just so that we get to know each other a little bit better. How many of us from Theo were actually part of the previous CMG? Anyone? Okay. Excellent. Okay. That makes it really good. So CMG as a platform, the way we look at it, it's a platform. I like what I do, and I think it's a fantastic opportunity for us to catch up on a regular basis, to learn what we do, what each one of us do, look at the research side of it. We've got academic partners, we've got research partners like Meetup, which we need to leverage, which we aren't doing a good job right now, but that's okay. It's a fantastic opportunity to network, get to know what each one is doing, and help us stay competitive, which is the key word. Why do you think CMG as an organization died? What's your opinion? And it's good to be clear about it, right? I mean, it's because all of us as professionals will go through the same phase. Why do you think CMG died?
I think because CMG was very good to address a need which was more capacity focused those days. There was the evangelistic push for performance with tools, and the methodology wasn't mature enough then, but it didn't move with the times. So I think CMG died because it was very easy to do the same thing every year, but it didn't move with the times. And I think I've been involved with CMG Australia, US, and the UK. UK has died just now, so I did a presentation there a few years back. There's probably a couple hundred people, but now it's gone to a quarterly half-day session. The excuse there is people don't have time. I don't believe that. I think it's just the format hasn't changed. CMG US, again, we've gone from many thousands of attendees to several hundred. When I was probably mid to late 80s, involved with CMG, like I'd do a presentation in Melbourne, and there would be like, just a Melbourne meeting with like 800 people there. So, but then eventually it just died to nothing. So I think you've got to keep up with what's of interest to people, and be of value. I think that's the challenge for us moving forward.
Okay, thanks. Would you have a different opinion?
Probably similar, but also I think a lot of the traditional CMG meetings were based on mainframe, and I think that the mainframe's been around for a long time, so the processes, the methodologies, and everything are well entrenched, so there's not much change. And the people that started it off were all mainframe people, and that's where capacity came from. So, in the new world of open systems and everything, I think people haven't really got together in that space yet. So I think they haven't transitioned from the mainframe across to the open systems on time.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I know the answer to the question because you told me a few seconds before the meeting started, but if you want me to share it with everybody, I'm happy to do so. I guess CMG kind of kept to one sort of theme. The world was changing and evolving around them, but CMG didn't meet and evolve as the requirements and the people around them evolved. And if we look at today's applications, we're not looking at the typical applications that were set up and the different methodologies that we use to have applications set up in a way. We're now talking about daily or weekly releases. We're talking about different types of testing tools, technologies, methodologies that are used, different types of production environments that are set up. People aren't necessarily having applications hosted in their data centers. They're outsourced. The focus has been changed from infrastructure monitoring to end user monitoring. So along those lines, if you don't keep up with those trends and the demands of what today's environments and organizations are like, then that would explain why it would die.
Yeah. So there's a very important lesson in all of this for me, and I'm sure we probably will draw our own lessons from it. And I think the lesson that I drew from this, when I started 12 months ago, people said, waste of time. It's a waste of time. Don't do it. No one's going to come. Don't waste your time. Okay, it's dead. Bury it. Move on. But I think there's a fantastic lesson in all of that, right? And the lesson is that people are seeing change coming, and it's very difficult. It's very difficult to see change coming, especially when, and that includes me, when I've been doing something for the last 15 years, right? I'm doing it. I like doing it. I'm good in it. But things are changing around me, and I'm not seeing it coming. And suddenly it comes one day, and I lose my job. Losing a job is not a big deal, right? But when, I mean, you're fine, yes. At the time, At the time it is, yes. So I think the key message that I wanted to drive home is, at the end of the day, it's a platform. CMG is a platform, right? What you've got to take away from it is how do we stay relevant. Create opportunities for yourself, create opportunities for your partners, build the ecosystem, right? We can't survive by ourselves, right? We've got to work together. So when we started CMG, our vision was create a platform where we can come together, we can spot change, we can leverage our alliances with our partners, we can leverage alliances with academia, with research. Now I know it's early, you're just starting off, but there's some fantastic stuff that we are trying to do. I don't know how successful we'll be, and what you do shouldn't necessarily be what we do in Melbourne, right? You've got your own life, you've got your own needs, you've got to figure out what works for you. We just wanted this to be a forum that could bring you together, and I think we've succeeded in doing that. If I can come here, or if we can come here 12 months down the line and see the setup running, I think we'll be really proud of it. Thanks for taking the time. Thanks for coming here. I hope this turns out to be a vibrant platform, a platform where we look out for each other, we help spark the change, and we help create the change. Thanks.
I think just to add to that, one of the major changes we're seeing and the challenges for us is all the outsourcing, offshoring, insourcing. It's the Amazon offering. I had a chat to you before, and the 60 apps you've got across now already across to off your data centers. So massive changes happening. How do we, as capacity and performance and project performance management consultants, adapt to that? In our own organisation, 12 months ago, half our guys were let go in the performance testing space, but now some of those guys have come back because the organisations that are offshored and outsourced realise that they need the Australian type IP. That's what we do quite well, and sort of come back. So yes, we need to spot those changes and adapt accordingly.
Sorry, can I just butt in for a second? And sorry, just to add, we all like being with birds of the same feather, but don't get me wrong. Being with birds of the same feather is not going to help us experience new experiences, right? It's not going to help us spot the change. So you, as a community, as a platform, you've got to force yourself to go and bring capability from outside, who experiences pains in the performance space, to come and share them all here. Because if we just stick to our group of partners and people in the performance space, you will keep hearing the same thing time and time again. So just, try to bring capability, experiences, people from outside who experience the pains but aren't necessarily part of the group on a daily basis. Sorry.
Thanks, Trevor. I think it's really important that, in the last half an hour, just learning from some of the other guys speaking to today, there's more things that I can take back to what I do. My early experience with CMG was around capacity, but now with all the advances in APM tools, new methodologies, I like the term proactive performance management. You can throw as much iron as you want. A lot of these applications nowadays, it's not going to help you. So it's really understanding the business end-to-end transaction and where your issues are. All right, enough of that.